Greetings, English 3060. How's everyone doing today? Well, we are in week 10 already. We're just skedaddling right along. Hope this week 10 overview video finds everyone staying safe. Hope everyone is well. Hope you are enjoying the extra week of for Project 3. I think there's been one or two that have already been submitted, and that's, of course, perfectly fine. Whenever you and your team get yours done this week, it's totally fine to go ahead and get it submitted, and I'll start taking a look at those as they come in this week. So we're turning the corner a little bit, transitioning from getting kind of everything set up, and now we're going to really start to put things into practice. And then we got a little Project 4A and 4B challenge, if you will. I call it the slideshow presentation challenge. Okay. And so we'll talk about that here in a second, but did want to reiterate, well, let's just pull up week 10 here in the overview. Kind of I don't want to say a simple week from the standpoint, but short and sweet for sure. The main thing I want to try to finish accomplishing is, if I haven't had a chance to meet with your teams this week or with your team, try to find a time where as many of you can get together. I understand with scheduling and stuff like that, that we might not all be able to get there, and that's okay. And don't worry about particular times. If you want to start a negotiation process with me, as far as trying to find when the majority of your times that you have available with your team and team members overlaps with my schedule, feel free to start emailing me and letting me know. I met with a team last Friday, meeting with one tonight at 9 p.m. So a wide range of times. So I wouldn't consider any time off limits necessarily. It doesn't have to be Monday through Friday between 8 and 5. So keep that in mind. Week 10 assignments and activities. As I already stated here, reiterate, meet with teams. Of course, I'll be reviewing Project 4 and then submitting Project 3 by Sunday. Recall the extension for Project 3, our needs assessment memo, really kind of narrowing in on what we're doing. All right, so if we take a look, we're running a little slow here on the internet here at the house, but Project 4A, just to kind of, what's the right word? Review. I don't want to review because I'll review this maybe a little bit more, but just to have us begin to think about it. Yeah, if you've read it already, it does sound like I'm asking you to use something you've never used perhaps before, or if you have used it before, that's okay. But I want us to kind of get out of the habit of thinking about PowerPoint or Google Slides or even Prezi as being the only options, and that we may be presented with new, different presentation slides or SlideShare software or other types of SlideShare programs that might not always be PowerPoint or Google Slides, as those are very, very similar. They provide the same kind of affordances and constraints. So that's kind of like the key words that we're kind of going to be talking about when we think about Project 4A, and if we think about evaluating a new technology and using it. As we are mostly familiar with PowerPoint and Google Slides, it helps us to do a compare and contrast of it, because if we were just looking at PowerPoint, Google, and even Prezi, we're so familiar with those, we kind of will put those off to the side, find something new or something different that we haven't used before, and we can kind of do this comparative and contrast analysis to what we're going to use for Project 4B. So what you decide to use for 4A, it's not just for by itself sake, right? I want you to actually use it, and then having had used it, right, because these come in another 2 or 3 weeks, you'll be able to compare and contrast because we're so used to the PowerPoint and the Prezi. So be thinking about that, be searching. Just real quickly before I run out of time, you can do a quick Google search and get a really, really good idea of some other ones just to use, and your team can select one. So do begin reaching out to me, and let's set a time. We'll meet this week. I'll be back with more videos soon. You guys stay safe and stay awesome. Bye now.